When their parents passed away in a car accident, Lily and Sam were left alone in a small, crumbling house at the edge of town. Lily, at 17, was the older of the two, and she had to grow up quickly. Sam, her younger brother, was just 8 years old, full of energy and curiosity, but completely unaware of how hard life had become for them since the tragedy. Their parents hadn't left them much, just the house and a few belongings. Lily had dropped out of school to take care of Sam, working odd jobs to buy food and pay bills. Her life was a constant struggle, but she kept it together for Sam. She would tell him stories before bed, making sure he still felt safe and loved, even as their world seemed to fall apart. It was a hard life, but Lily never complained. She did everything she could to protect Sam from the harsh realities of their situation. She had made a promise to their parents, though they were no longer around to hear it. She would take care of him, no matter what. But one fateful day, everything changed. A kind family, the Martins, who lived in a nearby neighborhood, had been following the siblings' story. The Martins were wealthy and had always dreamed of adopting a child. They had heard of Lily and Sam's struggles and decided to make an offer to Lily, one that would change their lives forever. "We can provide a better life for Sam," Mrs. Martin explained one afternoon when she visited Lily at the house. "We've been thinking about this for some time. We'd like to adopt Sam. He deserves more than this." Lily was stunned. The idea of giving up Sam was unimaginable to her, but she knew the Martins could offer him a life she never could. They had a big house, plenty of food, and opportunities that Lily couldn't provide. She had always told herself that she would never give up on Sam, but the reality was hard to ignore. They needed more than she could offer. Lily hesitated, fighting the tears that welled up in her eyes. She looked at Sam, who was playing outside, his laughter filling the air. How could she break his heart? "I can't let him go," Lily said, her voice shaking. "I understand," Mrs. Martin said softly. "But Lily, look at his future. He needs more than what you can give him right now. I promise, he'll always know that you are his sister, and we'll make sure you can visit." Lily looked at Sam again, and her heart broke. She had always promised him she would protect him, but this was beyond her. She wanted the best for him. After a long silence, Lily finally nodded. "I'll let you adopt him. But you have to promise me that you'll take care of him, love him like your own. And I'll come to visit him whenever I can." Sam was confused when Lily told him about the adoption. He didn't want to leave her. He loved her more than anything. But Lily assured him that this was for the best. Sam's future would be brighter with the Martins. She promised they would still see each other, and that nothing would ever change the bond they shared. The Martins took Sam into their home, and it didn't take long for him to adjust. They gave him everything a young boy could want: new clothes, a warm bed, a private school education. They treated him with kindness and care, and he quickly grew attached to them. But no matter how happy Sam was in his new life, something was always missing. It was Lily. He missed her more than words could say, but he never stopped believing that she would come back for him. Years went by, and Sam became a bright, ambitious young man. He excelled in his studies and eventually earned a scholarship to one of the best universities in the country. As he grew older, the weight of his past began to settle in. He knew that Lily had made the ultimate sacrifice for him. She had let him go so he could have the life she couldn't provide. And though he owed everything to the Martins, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing in his life. He promised himself that one day, when he was successful enough, he would find Lily. He would make sure she never had to struggle again. He would find her and bring her the happiness she had given him all these years. Sam's business ventures took him far. By the time he was 30, he had become one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the country. His tech company was booming, and he had everything he could ever want. But no matter how high he climbed, he never stopped thinking about Lily. He had tried to find her through the Martins, but they had lost contact with her years ago. The last time they heard from her, she had moved to a small town a few hours away, but after that, she had vanished from their lives. Sam wasn't about to give up. With his resources, he hired private investigators and used his connections to track her down. It took months, but eventually, they found her. She was living in a small, modest apartment, working as a nurse in a local clinic. Sam's heart skipped a beat when he heard where she was. She had never stopped working hard, never stopped caring for others. The moment Sam arrived in the town where Lily had been living, he felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. What would she think of him? Would she be angry that he had left? Would she even recognize him after all these years? Lily was standing outside the clinic, taking a break, when she saw him. Sam. The little boy she had once held so tightly was now a grown man, standing in front of her. He was taller, with broad shoulders and a confident presence, but his eyes, those were the same eyes she had loved when he was a child. Lily, Sam said, his voice thick with emotion. She froze, her heart racing. For a moment, she couldn't breathe. Sam? She whispered, tears filled her eyes as Sam stepped forward and embraced her. I never stopped thinking about you, he said, his voice cracking. I never forgot you. You gave me everything, and I promised myself I'd find you. I want to take care of you now. I don't want you to struggle anymore. Lily pulled back and looked at him, still in shock. But, Sam, you've become so successful. You don't need me. You're wrong, Sam said, shaking his head. I need you. You're my sister. You always will be. Everything I've done because of you. I've been building a life so that I could come find you, so we could be together again. Lily felt a rush of emotions, love, relief, and a deep, overwhelming joy. She had always carried the weight of their separation, but now, after all these years, her brother was back. I'm so proud of you, Lily whispered. I always knew you'd do amazing things. But I never expected this. Sam smiled, his eyes full of warmth. We'll be together now, Lily. No more goodbyes. I promise. And so, after all the years apart, the siblings were reunited. Sam kept his promise, giving Lily a comfortable life, but more importantly, he gave her the love and family they had lost so many years ago. They built a new life together, one filled with joy, gratitude, and the unbreakable bond of family. Through all the struggles, through all the sacrifices, they had found each other again, stronger, wiser, and more grateful for the love they shared.